Uh, do you have a game that came out kind of recently that you like? If so, what is it? And I asked how recent are we talking about, 1 to 3 years. I don't play a lot of recent games, to tell you the truth. To me, recent is like within the last 10 years. So it's old to everyone else. But let's see, 1 to 3 years. I just got Minecraft, and that's been fun. Been staying up way too late playing that. What else? The Blackwell games? God, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else that came out recently that I liked. I recently started taking an interest in Left 4 Dead, but I don't know how old that is. That might be older than 3 years. I don't know. But it looks fun. Any tips for someone who would like to get into LPing but can't quite work up the nerve yet? Well, let's see. First, I would LP a game that you really like, that you really enjoy, that you feel connected to, and I would just have a ton of fun with it while you're LPing, because if you are having fun, chances are everyone else is going to have fun watching you too. If you're nervous, practice by yourself. Just do a couple of test runs. Watch your video, see if you actually like it, because again, if you like it, then chances are other people will like it too. If you enjoy watching your own videos, if they make you smile, if you think they're funny, they don't have to be funny, but they just have to be enjoyable, I guess. If you think that they are, then chances are that other people will too. But don't be too hard on yourself, because everyone makes mistakes and nobody's perfect and we can't all be deceased crab. So, go easy on yourself, but, have fun, go easy on yourself, and just, I don't know, I guess that's my advice. Is your mirror universe twin called hercrabbiness? I don't know. I think I would have to change it to like her peppiness or her perkiness or something really, really annoying, just in the spirit of being crabby. I don't know. Something similar to that, yes. Has 1926 been a good year for you, Miss Crabbiness? Well, it was an okay year because I hadn't been born yet, and therefore I didn't really have an opinion. I like that question, though. Thank you, JTD. And by the way, if you ever make Let's Plays, I will totally watch them. Okay? Just let me know if you ever decide to do it. What are your interests outside of PC games? Let's see. Well, I like reading. I haven't really been reading that much lately, just because I've been doing other things. Let's see. I like talking to people I trust, I guess. I like, oh my god, my mind went blank. Now it's going to sound like I have no life. Recently I joined a gym, and I've been swimming a lot, and I really enjoy that. What else? Oh my god, this is embarrassing. I swear I do have interests outside of PC games. I like fiddling around on the piano. I don't play it very well, but I like doing that. I like walking. I like doing things with friends, I guess. I don't know. I used to like drawing, but I haven't been doing that anymore. That wasn't a very satisfactory answer. I'm sorry. If there's more, I'll add it. What was the first game you remember playing? I remember playing 2 games, actually. Probably the first one was Gertrude's Secrets, which was basically this cute little game where you basically dragged around little patterns, and there were like really, really easy patterns, like make all of these rectangles, make all of these blue, stuff like that. I liked playing that a lot when I was little. And you got treasures for it when you completed a task. And the other game I remember playing for the first time was actually King's Quest IV. I liked playing that a lot. I didn't get very far. All I could do was go fishing, get the feather, walk around, seal a lot, and clean the dwarf's house. Oh, and get the crown from the frog. That was all I could do. But I just liked wandering around the land, falling down, dying, or not dying. I liked getting knocked out too. And I liked typing the command open door. That was the first thing I could ever type on a computer, open door. OPEN space DOOR. Yeah. What other genre of games do you play apart from adventure games? I like playing puzzle games quite a lot. As long as they're not the kind where it's like move this block and put this block here and stuff like that. I don't really like those, but I like other puzzle games. And I like some platform games, I suppose. When it comes to platform games, I usually pick them based on the atmosphere. For instance, I really, really like Seiklus or the Niflez games, because those are just really, I don't know, I just really like playing them in that kind of atmosphere. It makes it fun for me, even if there's not very much to the gameplay, but stuff like that, I guess. I lost my place. Okay, there we go. What new games do you play? And I kind of already answered that, I think, so I will go on to the next one. If you had to live under an evil totalitarian dictatorship, which dictator would you want to live under? I suppose I would live under Stalin, because, and forgive me if I sound totally ignorant, because I am pretty terrible at history and politics and whatnot, but from my understanding, it wasn't actually that bad living as a civilian in the USSR during those times, just as long as you didn't really cause any trouble. I mean, preferably I wouldn't want to live under any dictator at all, or any totalitarian government, but I don't know, that out of everything I'd have to choose, I guess I'd choose that one. Plans on doing a sequel or prequel to any Let's Plays? I asked to clarify, like Phantasmagoria 2 or any other King's Quest games. I'm not going to do Phantasmagoria 2, firstly, because I don't have it. Secondly, because I don't know how... pretty much everyone knows that Spoonie already did a really, really fantastic Let's Play, and I don't think I could really add anything that he hasn't done. And thirdly, because it just grosses me out. So, no, not doing that. Any other King's Quest games? I don't know, I'm kind of hesitant. When I first began LPing, I did want to do some of the others, but I kept putting it off and kept putting it off, and other people started playing them a lot, and now I know like 5 LPers who play them over and over again. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but I just feel like if I start playing some of the other ones, people are going to get bored and be like, oh god, another one? When are you guys going to stop? I watched like 10 of these LPs already. So, I don't know. Maybe after some time I'll do one that I really like. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Let's see. That wasn't a question, but yes, Crowley9 is awesome, and he does awesome LPs. And I would love to do random games with you. Late Blight. Who put the Dan in the Prince Alexander Dandader? Who put the Dan in the Prince Alexander Dandader? I don't know. I've never even heard of that before, so I suppose you did, Late Blight. You put it there. What was the worst game I have ever played? I asked you to clarify that, because I'm not sure if you meant like a game that I've played all the way through, or mostly through, or just a game that I started playing and it was too terrible to continue. Because if it's a latter, I probably don't remember. If I don't like a game, I'll stop playing within like 2 minutes and then I'll forget about it for the rest of my life. But the worst game I've played for a while, probably some hentai game. Yes, I've played hentai games. Shut up. I was curious. And they are pretty terrible. They are terrible. Think you'll ever do an LP with Pa? I hope so, because I like him. And it would be fun. Congrats on 2K subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Questions. What do you plan on doing after you graduate? I actually already graduated back in 2009, and since then I have been working at a grocery store. It's a crappy job. It doesn't pay very much. I kind of wonder, why I went to university, but it's alright. I'm doing okay. What's the scariest moment you've experienced in a game? I don't know if there's been any particular moment that just scared the crap out of me. But 2 games that scared me quite a lot were Silent Hill and particularly the second one, and Trilby's Notes. Well, actually, basically the whole series of that, but especially Trilby's Notes. In particular, Silent Hill 2, when you go through the dungeon, God, I hate going through there. I get so freaked out, especially with that stupid voice, which I recently realized you could kill, but I didn't know that at the time, and it really, really sucked going through that. What do you look like? Of course, this question gets the highest rating. Yes, there's a lot of these questions coming up. Well, I'm not going to send you a picture, but I guess a general description of me is I am really tall, like 5'11", way too skinny. I'm trying to gain some weight back. I'm not anorexic or anything. I just happen to be skinny. I wear glasses, usually. I have dark blue eyes. I slouch. My family tells me I look Swedish, but I'm not really sure how accurate that is. They're just saying that because I look like my dad, and my dad looks like my grandmother, and she's Swedish. I don't know. Probably everyone's wondering, does she look cute or not? I don't think I look conventionally sexy or anything, but a lot of people seem to think I'm cute, so I don't know. I guess. Maybe. Well, moving on. When do you consider yourself to be the crabbiest or most crabby, whichever is correct? Usually when I have to be around a lot of people and there's a lot of stimuli around me and there's just way too much of it and I have to put up with it for several hours. And I try to be a good sport about it, but after a while I just get really, really worn down and I try to smile, but after a while I just can't do it and I start getting really, really crabby. And I feel bad about it, especially when I'm around other people, but I just can't help it. I can't be overstimulated. It just drains me. I have to go home and relax and be by myself for a while. I try not to be crabby, but God, I just can't handle it sometimes. Do you have a... Oh, you know what? I'm going to switch around these two for a second. Here's a question that people keep asking me over and over again, such and such about Late Blight. Are you in Late Blight doing this? How are you meeting up? Blah, blah, blah. Am I still dating Late Blight? No, we broke up 1 or 2 months ago. So, yeah, not with him anymore. Which I know is going to upset a lot of you, and I realize it does suck because I did think we were a pretty good LPing team, but no, it just wasn't working out, and no, we're not going to get back together. So, yeah. Awkward. Third oddity, do you have a boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend, but I am kind of seeing someone right now. So, hoping that that'll turn into something nice. How do you feel about homosexuals? Generally speaking, I love them. Homosexuals are awesome. I have some great gay friends and some really awesome lesbian friends and bisexuals and all that. There's, of course, exceptions. I mean, you know, in every single group, there are people who are jerks or weirdos or creeps, but overall, I love them. Let's see. Congratulations. Thank you. My first question is, how are your foreign language studies going? Well, like I said, I graduated, and for a while I was studying Finnish, but since I had to move, I can't exactly do that anymore, and because of work, I probably can't really take up any more studies anymore, so unfortunately, it's been, you know, my foreign language studies have been put on hold for now, so, I don't know, kind of sucks. I really like studying languages, but I don't know, maybe one day I'll find the time again. Second question is there any possibility that we may watch you LPing the rest of the King's Quest series? I already answered that. Third question, what modern horror graphic adventure games have you played or you want to play? I don't actually know of that many modern horror. I hate that word horror because it sounds like whore. I don't know of very many modern ones, especially if adventure games. I don't know what is there. I have no idea. Tell me what modern horror graphic adventure games there are out there, and I will take a look at it. Silverheart44 says, are you involved at all in the makings of Ben Jordan Case 8? I know you were in the second deluxe version, and I recognized your voice. No, I'm not involved in Case 8. It would have been cool to have been involved, but at the same time, it's kind of nice to be left in the dark because I would like to, you know, experience the entire thing without knowing anything that's coming up. It was kind of funny because when I did the voice for the deluxe version for number 2, I'm going to spoil a game a bit here, so if you haven't played and you want to play it, cover up your ears now for 30 seconds or so. So basically when I was doing the voice acting for it, one of my last lines was, oh, not at all, thanks for returning it, which clued me in that you have to return an item to Annie at some point. So when I played the game and I realized I was missing a point, I was like, oh, of course, I had to return the bowl to her. So that kind of did spoil it for me, but it was kind of funny at the same time. Anyway, I really look forward to playing Case 8, and in fact, I would love to play it blind, but we will see how that goes. Anyway, next question. What is the average pH of a cup of coffee? Well, it actually depends on the cup of coffee because coffee is different. I don't know if there can be like a standard cup of coffee that you want me to talk about, but usually the pH ranges from 5.2 to 6.9. So there you go. Any tips for people wanting to get into LPing? Basically what I said to JTD. Some other things I would recommend would be to do your research when it comes to recording software and technical stuff. You want to know how to work Cam Studio or whatever the heck you are using, and you want to be able to do it well. You don't want to just start recording videos and upload them and have the sound be really crappy and have everything desync and have the mouse hovering in the center of your screen. So make sure you do your research and make sure you test like crazy before you start LPing. You don't have to do an entire video of you playing a game to test. Just record the screen, move your mouse a little, talk, stop recording, and try making the video and see if it turns out right. And if there are any problems, make sure you fix them. Because if you put a crappy video onto YouTube, then people aren't going to enjoy it. They're just going to be annoyed. That said, you don't have to be a perfectionist. Just make sure that it's good enough to put up on the internet. So I think that's pretty much all the advice I have for starting LPs. May I have your phone number? No, you may not. We already know that you speak Japanese and learn Finnish. Thank you for spelling it properly. What other languages do you speak or learn? As I said, I can also speak French. And apart from that, I don't really... I mean, I can say a few things in German, I can say a few things in Spanish, but I can't get by. I'm not fluent in Japanese or Finnish or French, but I know that if I went to their respective countries, I could get by. So, yeah. As far as what do I want to learn, I still want to learn German someday, but, I'm going to have to make time for that. I wish I could continue learning Finnish because I really like the language. If things go well with the guy I'm dating, I might want to learn Spanish because he's Hispanic. But we'll see. We'll see. Rapst asks, so why Finnish, which should have 2 N's? You guys, it has 2 N's! Why Finnish? I seem to recall you mentioned once you were part Finnish, but I think you also had some other nationalities in you as well. Think you'd ever try to learn those languages as well? Yeah, the other nationalities I am are German, Danish, and Swedish. The reason why I started learning Finnish was because for a while I was considering going to Finland for some time, but those plans didn't exactly work out. And even then when they didn't work out, I still really, really enjoyed learning the language. It's so easy to read and write, which I rather like after learning Japanese. And it sounds pretty. I think it sounds interesting. But, yeah, like I said, I can't study it anymore, so it sucks. And would I ever try to learn the other languages? I would definitely learn German if I had the opportunity. I would not really want to learn Danish. I don't know if you ever heard Danish, but now I feel bad. I'm sorry if you're Danish and I've insulted your language, but it just... I don't know, it's so guttural that I don't know, I don't really like it that much. Swedish, I don't know. I don't really have any urge to, or any desire to learn either of those, sorry. Also, your habit of doing inappropriate stuff to corpses, did it all start with Laura Bow, or is it something that's been going on since the first text parser game you've played? Well, Laura Bow's definitely the first one where I started doing things to corpses, but it all started with King's Quest IV. Like I said, when I was little, I couldn't do very much, but I discovered that I could kiss everything, and it was funny as hell to me. So that's probably where it all started. I was a terrible little kid, even back in the day.